the National Commission on Civic Education, NCCE, is calling for an all-inclusive process as the country prepares for the December 17th referendum to set the tone for the election of MMDCEs. Chairperson Josephine Nkrumah is advocating women and the physically challenged play active roles in the process, expected to devolve power to the local level. At a public conversation on the benefits and reforms of electing MMDCEs, the NCCE boss called for the full participation of Ghanaians to ensure a 40% turnout and a 70% yes vote for the process. Meanwhile, there's a groundswell of support from several civic society groups and stakeholders to ensure there's enough education ahead of the process. Kamla Adum has more.
With just 2 months to the December 17 referendum, expected to approve an amendment of Article 55, Clause 3 of the Constitution, which institutionalizes the exclusion of political parties from local level elections, education and sensitization campaigns have intensified. A 40% turnout during the vote and a 75% yes vote is required to push the amendment through. At a public conversation organized by the Institute of Democratic Development, IDEG, chairperson of the National Commission on Civic Education, Josephine Nkrumah, called for an all-inclusive process to make room for minority groups.
One of the key things that we must begin to question is democracy is meant to be inclusive and participatory. What mechanisms are we putting in place to ensure that marginalized groups are properly included in this process? Not just the process of towards the referendum, not just the process of making the, or not just the issue of making the process fair, free and transparent, but beyond that, how do we ensure that women, persons with disability, youth groups can fully participate, because we are looking at an inclusionary system of governance.
She tells JoyNews the role her outfit is playing to ensure the goal of decentralization is achieved.
As an institution, NCCE, ours is to educate. And so we are there to educate and to bring out the issues, provide a platform for the issues to be discussed dispassionately, but with the sole objective that people understand and make informed decisions come December 17th.
Executive Director of IDEG, Dr. Emmanuel Akwete, believes there must be deliberate efforts to ensure development reaches the grassroots, who will be key in determining who heads the assembly if the referendum gets an overwhelming yes vote.
Also, as organizations, we've had 27 years to look at political parties in action. We've seen their strength, at least because of them, as political and civil rights are protected. Well, we've seen them performing poorly on development and delivering what they promise, and we are not satisfied with development after 27 years and so on. So if we're going into looking at what we must do so parties serve as well, I think we'll pay less attention to their making them electoral and pop. That we've seen. We even want to regulate that. But we are going to concentrate on what will make them give us the development goods.
Other groups, including the Ghana Journalists Association, the Peace Council and Labour groups, have pledged their support for the process. Chairman of the Peace Council, Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante, wants a lot more education to drum home the need for the exercise.
It is good that we have done something like this here, but we should also know that Ghana is bigger than Accra. As to whether the thing is sinking down, going down to the majority of the people out there, that's another matter. So as far as I'm concerned, I think the NCCE has a lot of responsibility in this matter to ensure that people are well educated, they know what the issue is about, so that they can go out there and vote.
The Christian Council says its members will use the pulpits and churches to spread the word as the election draws closer.
It is extremely important that at the local governance level, the people who lead us must have an intimate relationship with the people on the ground. In other words, the people must have the power to appoint and to disappoint them. This project has the full support of the Christian Council of Ghana. Our churches will use our pulpits to mobilize the masses to come and vote yes on that day, because we believe that that will lead to a robust health, education, water, and sanitation system.
Advocates believe the process would allow a proper administration of the common fund and make the elected representatives accountable to the people.